Hello everyone, I'm going to decode the King's Coronation that happened May 6th, 2023. There were symbols of the Kundalini rising, so I am going to point those out. First, I want to point out that the day before, on May 5th, which is 5-5 Omega, the head, there was a lunar eclipse. And this lunar eclipse happened at 15:15 Greenwich Mean Time, which is in the UK, which is where this coronation took place. So that's 3:15. But the eclipse was not visible in the UK. It was visible in India, which means in between or in the middle, representing the passage between the two hemispheres of the brain. And the eclipse represents the coming together of duality. But typically this eclipse is represented by the solar eclipse, not the lunar eclipse. So here we are at Westminster Abbey. This abbey, like any church, is a representation of the human body. And what we're looking at here is symbolic of the human spine. King Charles entered at the base of the spine. Charles means free man, which is frank, and walked up the aisle to the altar signifying the top of the spine. And so the top of the spine is 33. This is where you are judged and anointed and allowed to pass if you are pure. When he reaches the top of the spine, he goes through the anointment ceremony. And so they had to put him behind these screens for some privacy because they anoint his chest with holy oil, which is a physical symbolic ritual representing the anointment of the Christos oil within the head. And so they put him behind the screens on the throne, and the throne represents the pineal gland, where he is anointed at the top of the spine with holy oil, which comes from the olivary glands. So he is anointed with Christos oil, and this happens in the fornix. That's why they have to create this private room, this screened off area, because this represents the fornix. Now on the other side is a tree. This represents the tree of life. So he's leaving behind the tree of good and evil, which is the world of duality, and entering the tree of life, which is home. They mention Jesus a lot. Obviously, they're in a church. They're Protestant, Church of England. He's the head of the church. And so here is a mural of the Last Supper with Jesus and his 12 apostles, representing the 12 signs of the zodiac, and him, Jesus, representing the sun and the gold, the anointment process, all of that representing being holy, being Christed, anointed, kinged. So when he entered the abbey, he was wearing mostly white with a red tunic underneath, and now he's wearing a gold robe. Gold signifies your authenticity, signifies the sun, being holy, having your halo, which is what the crown signifies. The crown has to do with being kinged, anointed, Christed. So you have a halo. This is the crown, which has this cross basically at the top. And then there's another cross at the top here on top of a ball or an orb. So you've got a cross here, you've got a cross here, you've got a cross here. All these crosses represent the crosses of the tarot wheel, which is also why their flag is the Union Jack with the red, white, and blue. The red and the blue representing the duality of electricity, and the white representing the magnetism. The cross and the orb representing the cubed consciousness, and the orb, which is the Taurus, and then you also have the fleur-de-lis representing the Holy Trinity, and purple representing the merging of the opposites, the red and the blue. When you merge the opposites, red and blue become whole, you are eclipsed, and you become royalty. You are able to see beyond the veil of the rainbow realm. The rainbow realm representing the 7 colors split by the prism, or the prison of the mind. Now, the 2 rods or poles that King Charles was holding on to reminds me of the Egyptian crook and flail. They also remind me of the rod and staff. So the key of life, Jed, contains the cross, contains the eternal life, and the Y-scepter and the Jed and the Key of Life all connected into one, and the eternal life symbol, which is similar to the orb and the cross, because you are out of the box. This is like the Cairo. Your head is out of the box. You're out of the cubed consciousness into Christ consciousness, and that's how you have eternal life, which is what gets you to the tree of life. Your rod and staff comfort me, Psalm 23:4. The king is the pharaoh. He is holding the orb and scepter. This represents that he rules the realm. And if you're in like a conspiracy mind, you may not like what I have to say, but these people have the divine right to rule. They tell you this in plain sight, that they have the divine right to rule because they run the show. Now, when I say he rules the realm, this doesn't necessarily mean that he is the head of the entire realm, but he could be. What it means is when you are kinged or crowned, you are a pharaoh. You are the ruler of your reality, of your experience. You are free of the wheel. You are free of the story. If you like this video, please show your support for my channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment, contribute. Contributions over $15 will receive a link to the Johnny Depp Dark Shadows material, so please be sure to include your email address. Kindly visit my website, subscribe to my backup channels, join the Discord group. All links are in the description box below. Thanks for listening. Hope you're having a great day. Bye for now.